You will not believe some of the areas I'm going to be discussing inside and outside of Raleigh, North Carolina. A lot of times I have discussions with current or even potential clients about different suburbs, cities, towns, areas, all in Raleigh, North Carolina. And you would imagine I always hear about the major cities. But in today's video, we're going to be discussing the hidden, the secrets, the sneaky areas, the towns, the cities, the suburbs that you should know about. And maybe some of these areas, they're not a good fit, or maybe some of them are. But now I've put them on your radar, and that's all that really matters. What's up, everyone? It's Roney Polynice here. If this is your first time on this channel, welcome. If not, welcome back. And while I have your attention, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, the bell, do all that good stuff so I can share with you exactly what it's like to live, eat, sleep, play all in Raleigh, North Carolina. And just as much as I enjoy making these videos for you, I am a licensed realtor and would love nothing more but to be able to assist you with any of your real estate needs. So that number that's popping up right there, make sure to give me a call, shoot me a text, email, day or night, heck, maybe even on the weekends. Always remember, I got your back in this market. Now, let's get after and identifying the sneaky areas that
What does he know anyway?
I'm discussing about and that you must find out about. But first, I want to talk about the popular areas first, because we always hear about the popular ones, and I kind of want to bring out what they are so that you are fully aware of them. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, but one of the big popular areas, it's of course the foremost Cary. So let's go ahead and pull up Cary just so you guys can see kind of where it is on the map. So there is Cary for you. As you can see, relatively close to Raleigh. I mean, I would only imagine, despite where you are in this city, that it's about 15 minutes from wherever you are to downtown Raleigh. So proximity, of course, is always going to be close. Then, of course, you have Research Triangle Park, which is where a lot of corporations nowadays are just planting their headquarters, their corporations to do business out of. And so if you're working out of there you go. You have really good accessibility to there as well. But there's just an overall great city. I mean, I hear nothing but good things. Most of the times when clients are actually reaching out, seeking for this area, they always bring up schooling. How is the schooling there? Now, of course, I cannot steer in any direction. So I always go to resources like niche.com. And here you can see, this is a list of 2023's best schools in Raleigh area. So if I go to look at the map here, you could see for itself. I mean, you got a couple of A pluses there. Let's go ahead and see what the next list looks like. And again, just flooded. So not there, but you get the whole entire gist. Cary's schooling system is amazing based off of what niche.com says. And this is why a lot of individuals reach out to this area. I mean, it's a great area, in my opinion, simply because it's chill, laid back. Now, depending on what you're really and truly indeed looking for, you may actually find it to be an area that is fulfilling or not, depending on exactly what you're looking for. To me personally, from what I get from it, just to kind of give you guys perspective, you're going to have those parks, you're going to have those trails, you're going to have things to do for the kiddos. Now, if you're really looking for yourself and like, hey, what can you do? Now, they do have areas where you can go and, you know, go to that downtown bar area. Now, it's not nothing extravagant. I will say it's, you know, just very chill, laid back. It's relatively small, close knitted, but it is a bigger town. For the most part, I will say, I think it's me personally, I think this is probably one of the bigger towns that are within that RTP area, relatively close to Raleigh at the same time. But yes, you will have those bars that you can go to. It's not going to be crazy because a lot of people, they just resort to downtown Raleigh. So that's kind of where everyone really goes to. And yeah, you can kind of see what else is at least around you in that area. But not only do we have Cary as one of those areas, we have North Hills as well. So not even North Hills, but I will say north of Raleigh has been somewhere everyone wants to be. So North Hills being over in this area, I really wish it would have carved it out for you guys, but North Hills being here. But really just look at this entire North Raleigh area as an area that a lot of people love. And just several different reasons. And now the North area, the North Raleigh of, I would say north of Raleigh has truly indeed identified itself as an area that everyone wants to be, simply because I believe the infrastructure there, not even I believe, the infrastructure is already there for the most part. Now, of course, you're in a car dependent state, so always keep that in mind, that regardless of the infrastructure, that could mean several different things, but what is there to do? There's a ton to do, especially in the North Hills area. You're gonna have a ton of shopping, bars. You're gonna have a ton of places where you can just go hang out. They even have outdoor events going on there. So you're gonna have all of those things going on there. Now, of course, let's go back to my favorite resource, niche.com, and see what are the schoolings in like the North Raleigh area. So again, this is a list that I'll go ahead and make public to everyone. But as I go ahead and scroll through this, you can kind of see what are the rankings of the schoolings in the North Raleigh area. Now, I will say the real estate in this area, because it's extremely in high demand, please, please, please understand that a lot of people are seeking for this area for several different reasons. Maybe it's just the schooling. Maybe it's just the location of where it is in terms of where Raleigh is. I have zero idea. Everyone gives me a different pinpoint of why they're moving all the time, but you have to identify it for yourself. And so you're probably thinking, well, outside of the bars, outside of the shops that you can go to, groceries, all that good stuff you'll have in that area, what else is there really to do? You'll have a few parks. Again, Raleigh does its phenomenal job with giving you guys a ton of parks, a ton of trails to go to. You can see Shelley Parks there. I've actually never been to that one in particularly, but I don't know exactly what goes on there. I actually could check it out for you guys one day, and then, hey, I can give you guys my feedback. However, you're going to have a ton of those things to do. It's not an area where you'll be bored. It's not an area where I would say shy away from it, because it's just, it has what it has. And once you get there, you'll be able to identify it for yourself. But it's an area that, of course, a lot of people are moving to. So you can only imagine, why are people moving there? There's several different reasons. I pinpoint some of them. So hopefully that gives you an idea and gives you a gauge of where is everyone else looking. Now, enough about the popular areas. I think we've heard enough about it, whether it's on this video, previous, or even other individuals' videos, just because these are areas that a lot of people are looking at. I really want to shed some light here on the sneaky areas now. And the sneaky ones being this areas that some people may know about, or many people just have no clue about it. One of them being Garner. Now, you're probably like, Garner, what in the world is that? Garner is one of those areas that is literally 15 minutes out from Raleigh. And you'll see how close it is in itself. Now, one disclaimer I will say about this area: be careful how far south you go.
Rural town that doesn't really do modern.
Now, yes, depending on exactly where you are, you may get a little bit more rural areas. Now, it's not, in my opinion, it is not as bad as maybe you'll see it, kind of get that interpretation of it. But there are areas where if you do go further out south, like I would say somewhere down here, you will kind of get that, more land aspect of it. So if you are looking for, maybe more than a quarter of an acre that you'll get in that Raleigh area, then maybe you look a little bit further south in that Garner area. I love this area. I personally love it just because of the growth that is there. I don't think it's nearly close to what it's going to be. I don't think it's anywhere close to where it could be, because this is where actually in this area, Garner in itself, that's where Amazon has its hub. It's a massive warehouse hub where a lot of the distribution centers go to and kind of get all the packages to us as we need, right? But let's go ahead and check out this list again, because again, I like to look at the schooling system because that is what matters to a lot of individuals sometimes. And let's just go ahead and pull this up. And let's just go see. Let's say, hopefully they give us something. There we go. So we have to go to the second list, but as you can see here, some schools here, maybe not the rankings that you're looking for, but this is what niche.com is stating. And this just gives you an idea of what to kind of expect when you're going to that Garner area. Again, I really love this area simply because it's on the up and coming. It has a lot of growth to it. And me personally, I'm looking for growth. And if anybody is looking for growth, this is why you give me a ring, shoot me a call, text, email, day or night. Heck, maybe even on the weekends, because I'm looking for these areas to go ahead and facilitate, to be able to expose, to share with you guys what areas could you potentially put yourself in to give yourself a little bit of more equity growth. Because I mean, we can look at that Raleigh area now where you'll be paying a premium to begin with, but somewhere like Garner, I think you have a little bit more opportunity there, because not everyone, it's nearly as demand as this area, Cary, Apex, Morrisville, or even just the north of Raleigh in itself. So you have that at your disposal. But this isn't the only sneaky area. So the sneaky area that I'm going to bring you back to, this is called Bright Creek. Now, this is a sneaky one, but it's not so sneaky because it's right by the airport. So a lot of people already kind of know about it. Just there isn't a name to it. Not many people know that this area here is actually called the Bright Creek area. Now, in the Bright Creek area, you're going to have your shopping centers. You'll have a ton of plazas that you can go to go ahead and go do your shopping. And this is what a lot of the shopping centers, at least in the Bright Creek area, are like. I would say relatively all in North Carolina, for the most part. You'll just have a ton of them, where it's just stores after stores after stores you can go into. And I like this area because it's close to the airport. Now, if you do not like to hear any airplanes going up, coming down, doing all that stuff, then this may not be an area for you. But if you're someone that does do a lot of traveling and relatively close, I mean, when you're in the Bright Creek area, you're probably about 5 to 7 minutes from the airport. And it's not a huge airport just quite yet. It's getting there, but it's not there yet. So traffic, you can only anticipate how that is going to look like for you. But I truly indeed like this area, just because it's relatively close to the airport. I mean, close to RTP as well. And so you have that. So let's go ahead and check out the schooling, because that is important to some of you guys, right? So let's go ahead and search this area to see what is actually going on there. And as you can see, it's relatively some schools there. Let's see if we can get any more on that list. There we go. So we're getting a few more. Looks like there are the smaller schools. But for the most part, it seems like these are the only major 2 schools that they have with rankings in this area based off of what niche.com is showing us. Now, I will say, is Bright Creek nearly in that growing phase the same way as Garner? Not so much. I just personally like it. It was one of my personal favorites. I don't hear many people say, hey, I want to check out that Bright Creek area. It's always, the popular names that everyone hears, the Cary, the Apex, the Morrisville, the Raleigh. So it's like, being able to pinpoint specific areas that you want to be in based off of what I've shared today, or maybe you did your own research or saw something else that maybe sparked an interest in just looking at those cities. But I just really wanted to bring some sort of awareness of, hey, these are other cities that are around Raleigh, North Carolina, or even in just the small specific suburbs that they're in, so that you can give yourself an idea of, all right, well, I can be over in this area for whatever reason. And this is what I'm here to do. I'm here to take these calls from you guys and hear about what you guys are even looking for. So when you do give me a call, make sure to share a few things with me that's important to you and your lifestyle, whether it's you, your family, your kids, whoever else is tagging along with you, so that I can best help and we can narrow down that search to identify what areas would even be a good fit for you. So that number that's popping up right there, make sure to give me a call, shoot me a text, email, day or night, heck, maybe even on the weekends. Always remember, I got your back in this market. Peace out.